Today we're diving into 7 Harley Davidson Trike motorcycles that just aren't selling, so dealers are practically giving them away. Let's kick things off with the Harley Davidson Road Glide 3. This trike is designed to be a standout with its starting price of $32,999, aiming to be a premium choice for long rides. However, it's been sitting unsold in showrooms, and there are a few reasons why. The Road Glide 3 brings the unmistakable shark nose fairing of Harley into the trike world, promising better aerodynamics, wind protection, and a sportier look. It's powered by the Milwaukee 8114 engine that delivers 119 lb-ft of torque. Nonetheless, it's not exactly flying off the shelves. First off, the weight. Weighing in at 1,286 pounds, this trike can feel pretty hefty, making it less nimble in city traffic and tricky for new riders who are switching from 2 wheels to 3. It can be unsettling for those not used to handling such a substantial ride. Then there's the price issue. At over $32,000, you'd hope for some top-notch features, but the Road Glide 3 doesn't quite meet those expectations. It lacks a basic infotainment system, upgraded audio, and while it does have some safety features, they don't fully justify that high price tag. Another major factor? The trike market is pretty crowded. Many riders looking for 3 wheels tend to prefer the Tri-Glide Ultra or go for custom conversions, both offering better bang for their buck. The Road Glide 3 is left in a bit of a tricky spot, trying to find its place in a market that already has established favorites. So, why are dealers looking to give these away? They need to move this inventory. Some have had to cut prices significantly just to clear space for newer models. Others are tossing in extras like free windshields, luggage racks, and extended warranties to entice potential buyers. And if you think the Road Glide 3's pricing is holding people back, just wait until you hear about our next trike, which has been struggling with its identity since day one. Let's move on to the Harley Davidson Freewheeler. Let's talk about the Harley Davidson Freewheeler, a trike that aimed to deliver a no-frills experience on 3 wheels, but has turned into one of the slowest sellers out there. It's priced around $29,999, making it one of Harley's more budget-friendly trikes, yet riders aren't biting. Even with its Milwaukee 8104 engine producing 119 pound-feet of torque, it's struggling to gain traction in garages across the country. So, what's the reason for its lack of appeal? The main issue is its position in the market. The Freewheeler tries to fit the bill without quite hitting the mark. It doesn't have the full touring comforts that the Tri-Glide Ultra offers, yet it's heavier and pricier than a standard 2-wheeled cruiser. This puts it in a tough spot. Too basic for those who want a serious touring machine, but too costly for those looking for a simple 3-wheeler. Another aspect working against the Freewheeler is its design. Marketed as a minimalist trike, many potential buyers find it lacking in flair. Without a front fairing, there's little wind protection, making highway rides less than enjoyable. While some riders appreciate its stripped-down look, most are searching for something with a bit more character. This has left dealers eager to offload their stock. They've been slashing prices, offering zero-interest financing, and bundling in freebies just to get these trikes out the door. Some savvy buyers have managed to save thousands off the MSRP, while others have walked away with items like free luggage racks and extended warranties just to sign the paperwork. Despite a solid engine and decent handling, the Freewheeler is simply too niche. Many potential trike owners are willing to spend a bit more for models that offer better touring options. And if you think the Freewheeler's situation is rough, wait until we dive into Harley Davidson's next trike, the Dyna-Trike conversion, a machine that has either passionate fans or outright detractors. Dyno trikes aren't flying off the dealership floors, and it's a real challenge for sellers to find them new homes. So, why the struggle? Well, the issue stems from how these trikes are designed. Unlike factory-made trikes like the Tri-Glide Ultra, Dyno trikes are conversions that just don't match Harley's expert balance and suspension tuning. This can make them a bit tricky to handle compared to those purpose-built 3-wheelers. Another big hurdle is the lack of support from Harley. Since they no longer produce the Dyno lineup, parts and service options can be harder to track down. Buyers generally prefer to have a reliable way to service their ride at a dealership, rather than hunting for custom parts and aftermarket solutions. Now, let's talk about pricing. A used dyno motorcycle typically sells for anywhere between $10,000 to $15,000. When you add in the cost of trike conversion kits, which can range from $12,000 to $20,000, some of these trikes end up costing over $30,000. This puts them right in the same ballpark as brand new factory trikes like the Freewheeler, which many buyers would rather choose for that factory support. Dealerships have tried to sweeten the deal with price cuts and trade-in bonuses, but even with these incentives, many dyno trikes are still sitting unsold. It seems that buyers looking for a trike often want a more comfortable touring option, and the sportier, minimalist design of the dyno just doesn't check that box for them. The dyno trike conversion is definitely a niche product. It's too pricey for budget-minded shoppers, while not being luxurious enough for those after a fully equipped touring trike. Given that Harley has also stepped away from producing dynos, it's no wonder these trike conversions are lingering on dealership lots. If you think selling the dyno trike is tough, just wait until you hear about our next contender, a three-wheeler that attempted to redefine the bagger experience but ended up missing the mark. The CVO Tri-Glide is meant to be an exclusive ride. Harley designed it to be a top-tier limited edition motorcycle. However, many riders hesitate to fork out over $50,000 for a trike when a brand new Tri-Glide Ultra is available for around $20,000 less. Even those who can afford the CVO version often question if it's worth the extra cash. Sure, the CVO features special paint, high-quality finishes, and luxurious seating, but fundamentally, it's still just a Tri-Glide Ultra with some extra features. The added cost often doesn't bring enough real benefits for most buyers. For instance, the CVO Tri-Glide tips the scales at 1,274 pounds, making it one of the heaviest models Harley has produced. While it handles well on the highway, that weight can make slow-speed maneuvering difficult, even for seasoned riders. Plus, there's a resale issue. Potential buyers in this price range look for long-term value, and the CVO Tri-Glide tends to lose its worth faster than other Harley bikes. This depreciation can be a deal-breaker for many, causing dealers to hold on to unsold stock for long periods. As a result, dealers are practically giving these Tri-Glides away. What was initially intended to be a luxury status symbol has turned into a tough sell. They're offering significant discounts, throwing in free extended warranties, and even providing dealership credit to lure in buyers. Some showrooms have stopped ordering new CVO Tri-Glides altogether due to their lack of movement. If you've been eyeing a high-end trike at a considerable discount, now could be the perfect opportunity to strike a deal. And if you think the price tag of the CVO Tri-Glide is the only issue, just wait until you hear about another model that struggled to find its niche, the Harley Davidson Switchback Trike Conversion. Designed to be a seamless combination of lightweight cruiser and touring motorcycle, the Switchback has ended up languishing in showrooms without buyers. Initially, it was introduced as a flexible cruiser, capable of transforming into a simple street bike or light touring machine with detachable saddlebags and a windshield. Riders appreciated the twin-cam 103 engine, which provided a solid 102 sub-feet of torque, making it great for highway rides. However, the story changed once it was converted into a trike. The Harley-Davidson Switchback Trike has lost its charm, making it tough for dealers to sell. Why is that? Well, the Switchback wasn't originally designed to be a trike. Unlike factory-made trikes that come equipped with balanced weight distribution and advanced suspension for stability, the Switchback struggles once it's converted. Its lightweight frame can feel unstable at higher speeds, and some riders have reported that it leans too much in corners, which makes it tricky to control compared to a standard trike. Ergonomics play a significant role too. The Switchback was intended to be a comfortable mid-sized cruiser, but as a trike, the riding position shifts dramatically. With controls moved forward and a raised rear end, long rides can become less comfortable than expected, disappointing those hoping for a smooth touring experience. Why are dealers having such a hard time selling these? Price is a major factor. A basic Switchback usually costs between $13,000 and $15,000, but once you add a trike conversion kit, you're looking at upwards of $30,000. For that price, many buyers prefer a factory-built option like the Freewheeler or Tri-Glide Ultra, which offer better handling, stability, and dealer support. To make matters worse, Harley discontinued the switchback after just a few years, meaning parts and service are becoming scarce. Buyers who want a trike aren't keen on the hassle of tracking down discontinued pieces, making these conversions even tougher to sell. The switchback trike finds itself in a bit of a dilemma. It's not light enough for those who want a quick cruiser and lacks the comfort features for long-distance touring enthusiasts. It sits in a middle ground, failing to cater to either side, which is why it's so hard to attract buyers. And if you think the switchback trike is a tough sell, just wait until you hear about our next contender, the Harley Davidson Softail Convertible Trike Conversion. Initially billed as the ultimate luxury ride, it turned out to be more than most riders wanted, leaving it languishing in dealership showrooms. The Softail platform has long been loved by cruiser enthusiasts for its smooth ride, classic looks, and user-friendly handling. But when it comes to the trike conversion, the numbers just aren't adding up. The Softail trike conversion promises a stable ride while retaining the comfort of a two-wheeler, but it seems to be struggling to attract buyers. So what's the issue? First off, there's a serious identity crisis. The Softail frame was designed for two wheels, so after being converted, it doesn't deliver the same smooth ride or stability as factory-built trikes like the Tri-Glide Ultra or Road Glide 3. Many riders have reported that the handling feels a bit off, especially when they're pushing it at higher speeds or taking turns. Another problem is the overwhelming number of customization options. Since the Softail wasn't made to be a trike from the start, there are numerous conversion kits available, each with different setups for suspension, wheel configurations, and handling characteristics. Some kits feature independent rear suspension, while others have solid axles, resulting in varied levels of quality depending on the manufacturer. This inconsistency raises concerns for buyers who don't want to risk spending thousands on a trike that might not perform well. Then, let's talk about cost. A base Softail model begins at around $4,399, and adding a trike conversion kit can run anywhere from $12,000 to $18,000. By the time you factor in installation fees and any accessories, the total can easily exceed $30,000, roughly the same price as a factory-built Harley Davidson trike designed specifically as a three-wheeler. At that point, many riders prefer to opt for a freewheeler or Tri-Glide Ultra, instead of taking a chance on a Softail conversion. For dealers, selling the Softail trike conversion is a challenge because it's not a factory product. Since these are third-party conversions, many dealerships don't keep them in stock. If one comes in as a trade, it often languishes on the showroom floor for months. Buyers looking for a Harley trike typically want factory reliability, not a custom project that might have handling issues or warranty concerns. As a result, many dealerships have started cutting prices or offering significant incentives just to clear out these trike conversions. The concept of the Softail convertible trike sounds great, but in practice, it falls short. It's often too costly, unpredictable, and complicated for most riders, making it a tough sell on dealership floors. If you thought this trike was a hard sell, stay tuned for what's coming next. Here's the scoop on a trike that's often overlooked: the Harley Davidson Ultra Classic Trike Conversion. This model is supposed to provide an amazing touring experience, but surprisingly, it's one of the toughest three-wheelers for dealers to sell. So, what's happening with the Ultra Classic? Well, it starts its life as a traditional two-wheeled Harley Davidson Ultra Classic. After that, it's transformed into a trike with an aftermarket kit. You might think this would make for a custom ride, but it's not capturing buyer interest, which means dealerships are left with unsold inventory. Why isn't it selling, you ask? For starters, the Ultra Classic is already a hefty touring bike. When dealers add a trike conversion kit, its weight can soar beyond 100 pounds. That's one of the heaviest three-wheelers out there. Factory-built trikes like the Freewheeler or Tri-Glide Ultra are designed specifically for three wheels, so they handle better. In contrast, converted trikes can feel a bit wobbly, especially when maneuvering at slower speeds. Another major drawback is the price. The base model Ultra Classic starts at around $24,999, and with the addition of a trike kit, you're looking at an extra $12,000 to $20,000. This can push the total price well over $40,000, making it hard to compete with Harley's factory models, which many buyers prefer for their precise engineering and better overall riding experience. Most Harley riders seeking a trike lean towards these factory models because they're built with optimized weight distribution, advanced suspension systems, and a smoother ride. Converted trikes can feel like a second-choice option, complete with handling quirks. Plus, many lack crucial features, like a reverse gear, which can make navigating in tight spaces tricky. Some conversion kits even miss out on Harley's advanced rider assist technologies, putting them at a real disadvantage. As a result, many dealerships are finding it challenging to attract buyers, leaving ultra-classic trike conversions gathering dust in showrooms for months or even years. Dealers are feeling the pressure to lower prices, offer incentives, or even throw in free accessories just to sell some of these trikes. This situation highlights that not every motorcycle conversion works out as hoped. If you think this is the only three-wheeler that's gathering dust in showrooms, stay tuned for our next video where we'll dive into additional Harley Davidsons that dealers are eager to sell.